Mate, boom. If you've been listening to new music, you've definitely heard Dilema by Nemzzz and Central Cee. This track has gone crazy with possibly one of Central Cee's hardest verses. Today, I'm showing you how to make a beat just like it inside the FL Studio. Roll the preview. This is that new smooth bounce pioneered by the generational talent that is Nathan. We're trying to tap into the sound that's running the UK right now. This is the one. I'm going to break it all down. Dilema is one of the standout tracks on Nemzz's Rent Is Due, and it's no surprise. It combines that signature cool, minimal Nemzzz sound with Central Cee's sharp delivery. Producers everywhere are trying to tap into this. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build melodies like Dilema, bold and catchy but not overcomplicated, the exact drum bounce and rhythm that gives this song its swing, how to make our 808s hit hard, and also the use of log drums. And by the end, we're going to have a Dilema styled beat. Let's cook up. Now, one thing I'm unsure of is if the melody from this Dilema beat is actually a sample or if they made it from scratch. But regardless, we're making this from scratch and we're gonna make it quite a sampled kind of feel. We're gonna put some sauce on it that's gonna give it a little sample kind of twang. We are in 143 BPM. I'll start off with a tried and trusty piano that is noir. And for the scale, let's go C sharp minor. What I'm gonna do is start with the bass notes. Go something like this. Very repetitive, and then at the very end we'll switch it. Something like that. Let's go up in our scales. Up even more. And then what if we also did... We're just gonna make the velocity go down. Let's get rid of the first note. Yeah, I like that. Right, this is going to be our kind of foundation of where we're starting. When we think of the Dilema melody, the main elements will be that tremolo violin. That's what sticks out the most. And then also some sort of vocals. So we kind of just want to build the foundation behind those two elements. Trying to do things with violins. This is a great bank called Violin Textures. It's this nice little tremolo thing. We want this kind of quiet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to process it. Once I render it, I'm going to process it because I want to like automate the volume of it. We're just kind of going to get this down and then automate it. The last one we can bring it down to C sharp, I think. We are going to layer the tremolo violin. We also have another shallow tremolo. This is Orchestral Essentials. What we could do is maybe even pitch this up an octave for the second half. Gonna try fill in a little bit more textures and stuff in there. So we're coming into soundscapes and we're taking this kind of swell pad. We'll go around here. I'm gonna be using the same kind of notes. We're gonna pair it with this other pad from soundscapes. This is again just more ambient textures. And with this one, we'll use the bass notes instead. So instead of playing this E, we're gonna play it along the C note. This is what they actually sound like on their own. Next, we're going to replace our bass piano note with an actual bass guitar. So our bass guitar is literally just playing our piano notes. It sounds a little bit more sampled. Sounds a little bit nicer than the bass piano note. Something that gives a really nice sampled feel. Those jazz kind of brushes and drums underneath the sample. So we're going to try find some of these on Splice. And we have a ride as well that we can just put... The ones kind of. Yeah, that sounds way more sampled already. We're using this patch inside of FL Studio. This is like a completely free patch called FP Retro. It's basically RC20. If you don't have RC20, you can use this and it's the exact same effect. But with this, we get the noise, we get a little bit of wobble, kind of glues the sample together. If you're looking to grab this, DM me on Instagram saying retro and I'll send you the preset. So I'm going to run all my instruments through this FP Retro. We are missing some clear elements of this melody, which will be the vocals. We are going to come into Mosaic Voices. Scoring guitars too. I haven't used this in quite a while, but we're going to be taking like kind of a drone from this. So what I was saying about the tremolo violins is, and this one can kind of come in. What we're going to do is we're going to fade it in, play with the release, turn it up a little bit. I've just played around with the velocities of them. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to press Control, Alt, and C. With this render, we are going to pitch it down 300 cents. That's smooth. But wait, let me show you one other little trick when trying to make sample melodies. We're going to render this one more time. We edit an audio editor. You want to right click on sample rate. And if we change this to like 8,000 and then click resample, you can really use this for like an intro or something. I feel like this is missing a vocal though. Like the main element is kind of like, I know we have them like oohs in the melody, but so we are actually going to come in to vocalize and take some phrases. We want to put on some kickstart onto this. I think that's going to be our melody. Now it's time to tackle these drums. So behind the scenes, I actually am working on a brand new drum kit at the minute called SlipperyHaze project. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. The main drums are going to come from my recovery drum kit. One thing that I do want to point out is when you're making these Nathan type beats, because Nathan is a very unorthodox producer. His swing is immaculate. Sound selection is immaculate. He's just a great producer. But one thing that I like to do to kind of create a swing is actually turn the swing knob up on your channel rack. So I have this at 26% right now. On this first hit, we kind of want to layer a lot of sounds. When you're doing these hard counter snares, obviously this is the Nathan counter snare from my recovery drum kit. What I like to do is actually change some of their pitches and change some of the velocities. I have just EQ'd our melody. I'm going to take out the low ends because I'm going to be putting in some basses. I've also just added on some ferric TDS onto the melody. I'm boosting the dynamics and the saturation just to give it a little bit more. We are going to jump into one of these log drums. We're getting an open hat. On the drums, I'm also dragging a crash out onto the playlist because I just want to fade it out like this. Alright, last thing that's left is kind of the 808. These tend to be kind of short, snappy, punchy 808s. like that's kind of it for the drums. All right, so one noticeable thing that I have done when arranging this beat was I actually added on some kickstart onto the sample. Just adds a little bit more swing to it. But apart from that, the arrangement is pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie. If you are new to this channel, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button for me. And while you're at it, smash the like button. It tells YouTube that other producers should be watching this content. Without further ado, here is the full beat. So this is the resampled intro. The extra vocal. And it's just like a little bridge or verse section. Nothing too crazy. And then it kind of just comes back into it. Like I said, nothing crazy with the arrangement. That's all for me, man. I appreciate you for watching. Run me up on all socials because I'm active everywhere. I'm out. Good luck. See you later. Bow.